Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Sasquatch Speaks. This is Sasquatch, otherwise known as Gavisas, welcoming you back to our dark little corner of the internet, where we have the ability to converse with each other. Not really sure, haven't had a lot of comments in the last week or so, anyone who has anything they want to throw at me, topics, ideas, suggestions, just random insults, please feel free to throw those down below. Before we get started, I know we've been on our little topical excursion the last few days, all about video games and stuff like that, but before we get into today's topic, and perhaps the one that people who come to my channel have been the most interested in, if they've been interested in this at all, if not, I do apologize. I did preface all this by saying I'm not the most interesting person, but before we get into that, I've been thinking about throwing up some just random extra stuff on my channel. Not really the long-form shows that I've been doing. And I do consider them long-form. I know that they're not as long as like the Triple Cart podcast. Again, links in the description down below if you want to see that, and I highly recommend that you do. But if it's not something that's interesting to you, well, yeah, it's kind of your call. But this is kind of a long-form show, and that's apparently what everyone likes, and what everyone wants. I've been looking at my analytics, and again, I'm an analytics junkie. And for these shows, the Sasquatch Speaks shows, my average viewer sticks around and watches about half of it. So with their average length being about 20 minutes, I try and keep it to that length. I figure that's a pretty healthy viewer retention rate. So I'm very happy with how happy you guys are with my show. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for enjoying it. Again, like ratings are very much appreciated. But yeah, I've been thinking about just throwing up some shorter videos, just like some playing around, absolutely just playing around, because I have no idea what I'm doing, but just playing around on my harmonica or something, or maybe come up with some songs, or redo something, or something like that, until I can get gameplay back up, just kind of tooling around and having fun. And if that's something that would be interesting to you at all, I mean, I just did one this week, in fact. I did the Zinogre Zap video for the guys on the Well Done podcast. Not really sure if it was something they requested, but it was something that was mentioned, and I'm like, well, I got a minute, so let's throw it up there. And this was actually my most viewed video this week, so of course I did post that some other places so they could actually find it. And I just have to be there in the ether, say, hey, hopefully you can find this in your wildest dreams. So that probably has something to do with its higher viewership. That all notwithstanding, however, if you would be interested in that, or you think it's a terrible idea and you just want me to just stick to this until I can get a better computer and we can bring back gameplay, kind of a weird point. Gameplay channel, no gameplay being posted right now. Videos going up, but no gameplay. I just kind of find that very interesting. Anyway, on to today's topic. Over the last few days, we've gone through all of the past, and now we're into the present, and the Wii U, and the 3DS, and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, soon to be Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I can't wait for that game to come out. I'm looking into getting a modded 3DS so that I can record directly from it and get all that sort of good quality footage, well, as good quality as you can get from a 3DS, and have that up for you when that game comes out. I'm not sure, really, what I'm going to do with 3 Ultimate. I was thinking about reviving it, even on my crappy computer right now, and just get through, like, low rank or something. Or maybe high rank, I don't know. We'll see about that. But I kind of decided against it, just because of the reasons that I stopped doing it in the first place. Again, just kind of does disservice to the game to be presented in such a poor quality fashion. And so anyone who should happen by some freak chance upon my video as their first introduction to Monster Hunter, and they see it jumping and jiving and juking all around, it might set them on a negative bent to the game, so I don't want that to happen. So, for the meantime, I think that shall remain a part of future plans, not present. Anyway, so yeah, the Wii U is out. I've had it since launch week, or pretty close to then. There was some shady dealings that helped me get it, and we won't talk about those because I promised to stop talking about that, but just acknowledge that they were shady dealings that happened, and I'm very thankful to the people who helped me pull out the shady parts of those dealings. You know who you are, and there may or may not be links to your channel in the description down below. Yes. If you people can't figure that out, then there's something wrong with you. Yes. But yeah, I've had just great times with it. I mean, the first game that I got for it, as sad as this was, I got the pre-packaged game that came with it, which was interesting for a while, and I did the Donkey Kong Crash Course and got pretty good times on it. I think I got it all the way through the Crash Course like 4 or 5 times in a night. So I rather enjoyed that one, the Samus game and all that. So fairly well-rounded game. I'm not really... It did, however, I'm going to say this, and just kind of echoing what people have said before, but it's true. It fell short to what Wii Sports did, because Wii Sports was a complete game by itself, and you could invite everybody over to your house, and even if you just played bowling the whole night, which I hated so much, but everyone wants to play bowling, yeah, screw bowling, as more of a boxing, or when Wii U Motion Plus came out, I was gotten really into the kendo fencing sort of thing. I had a lot of fun with that. I had max rank on all the kendo things for a really long time. I probably still do. I just haven't played that game in a very long time. Might want to throw that in again just to see it for fun or something. But that's not really the point. The point is, I can't even remember what it's called. Let me look it up. Nintendo Land. That's what it's called. I'm sorry for kind of dropping out there. I had to look down to see what it is. But Nintendo Land fell short. I mean, like I said, it was a good idea. It kind of showed at least the technical aspects of the system. But in terms of explaining to people why the Wii U was something special or unique, it really fell far short of Wii Sports in that aspect. And I think they could have done a lot better. I'm not sure how they could have done a lot better, but I'm quite sure that with just a little bit more ingenuity. But the problem is with the Wii U, and I know I'm a hardcore Nintendo fanboy. I've never owned a system other than Nintendo, well, unless you count a PC, but it's not really a branded system, or at least not a dedicated gaming device. But the only dedicated gaming devices I've ever owned are Nintendo products. And so, obviously I have one. But I think the problem that Nintendo had with the Wii U was they never really... Well, they came up with this great, cool concept. You can have a fully functioning screen in your hands at all times that will add to the gameplay. Their problem was they never really figured out how it was going to add to the gameplay. They just said it will. And just trust us that it will. But we don't really know how. And to this day, they still haven't really figured out a decisive reason as to why the Wii U gamepad is necessary. And I said I like it. When I play Monster Hunter, I have all of my stats and stuff there because I like to have a clean looking screen when I play Monster Hunter. You can tell that from some of my videos. When I was the main recording person for the Triple Car podcast, all of them were very clean and crisp like that because that's how I wanted them to be presented. I don't have any say in it anymore because I'm not the chief recording person, but if I ever take it back over, you can probably expect more of that in the future. When I play on 3DS, I have everything on the lower screen because I like that feature to be able to say, okay, well, all of the screen that I have in front of me is going to be dedicated to the gameplay that I'm actually doing. Yeah, that's really kind of an aside. Not really the point. I played Black Ops on there. It's probably that's definitely my second most played game on there. I just popped it in a couple days ago for about an hour. I would have tried to play longer, but my internet was like, we're not working today. So, good luck on trying to actually, kill someone or not get killed yourself. It's just really bad and terrible. Yeah, we won't go into that. It was really bad. But it's... Again, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. you get the hankering sometimes to play it, and then it's like, okay, I remember all this. Nothing really new. Time to move on. I do want to get Advanced Warfare, but that's something that'll be talked about tomorrow because it's not coming out on the Wii U. And tomorrow will be the last episode of this little series mini part thing that's going on here. It's all about gaming. Yes! You know what I'm talking about. At least you know what I'm talking about if you've been here for the last 5 days. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, obviously Monster Hunter is like the bread and butter. It is the game that I always come back to when everything else goes wrong. I was just recently, I won't say recently, I was going to say about 5 minutes ago, I was on just trying to grind up a character, get some bow guns that I don't have yet, on my podcast character. I'm not actually sure what I should do. This is probably going back into mic talk again. Well, not really mic talk, but it's essentially mic talk. People who don't know what mic talk is, I'll write that down and I'll do a whole episode on it. But I'm not actually sure if I should just continue on with my my Let's Play character, but in addition to my my podcast character, because when I restart the Let's Play on the new computer, whenever I end up getting that, I'm just going to restart it entirely. I'm not going to go, okay, well, this guy, hey, he's going to be cool. No. We're going to be focusing on one character from the start and take him straight through. However, that leaves me the question of what to do with the one that I still have. Because while he is not as high a rank as my podcast character, he is a lot more well fleshed out. I mean, he has pretty much all the weapons you can get in low rank. I think there's like 1 or 2 left that you can get for bow gunning that he doesn't have yet. No, there's probably like 3 or 4, but that's not really the point. The point is, I'm not sure if I should continue on with him and make him the podcast character, or just stick with the one that I have and just try and flesh him out a little bit more going backwards. I suppose that's something I should figure out on my own, not actually ask you guys about. But it's there, it's out there. If anyone has an opinion, please feel free to share it. And the comments down below, all that sort of fun stuff like that there. Anyway, moving right along. Not very quickly. Obviously, not obviously, but for your information, I talked a lot about, on the GameCube episode, about how much I enjoyed Mario Kart Double Dash, and so I have Mario Kart 8. Just recently got it, not even a month ago. And I've already got 3 stars on everything except the mirror levels. And it's, like I said, I'm enjoying the game, but at the same time I'm enjoying it, I'm kind of going back to Double Dash. I'm like, man, this is missing something. There's something here that's missing. And the coins and the speed upgrades, all that kind of stuff. Like, okay, I got it. And then the flying and everything, I kind of missed that on Mario Kart 7, because I only had the first one that was on the on the DS. That's the word I was trying to say. And that one didn't have any flying. It was just straight racing. It was fun. It's just not everything that I was hoping for, in terms of gameplay. So I'm still kind of feeling out the whole Mario Kart 8 thing. I'm enjoying it. Clearly, I'm enjoying it. I've practically beaten the entire game in every capacity that you can measure. The only challenge is like, well, where do I go from here now? Which I suppose is actually what will come up in, I think it's not next week, it's the week after. No, it's the 20, does it come out the 26th or the 29th? What I'm talking about is Hyrule Warriors. I'm really interested in that game. I'm not actually sure if any of my other friends are getting it, or even if they are, if we can play it online together. We should probably figure that out. If we can play it online together and all my other friends are getting it, then yeah, I'll probably get that one. Maybe even launch day. I will splurge on it, and I will put forth money on launch day, which will hurt my frugal side, but will please my playful side, I guess. If you want to really break me up into 2 different separate entities, then yes, that's how it will work. I suppose I should figure out, though, like I said, if we can play online, and second, if there's anyone else who's going to be getting the game, because if no one else isn't, just like, well, gaming is both a solo and a group activity. And for a game like that, I can see it having very limited replay value as a solo game. But for groups, I can see it just owning and dominating and being awesome. But I should probably figure that out. So I'm going to figure that out before I put forth my money, so that I don't end up wasting it. And it's not really a waste. I mean, I'm certain I'd have fun, but there's a limit to... And again, this kind of goes back to one of the themes I keep hitting through all this. I have this mindset that if I'm going to buy a game, it's going to be a game that I'm going to play and play and play and play and play some more, and when I'm done playing it that time, I'll play it again. I don't buy anything for the short term. That's really how I am in just about everything, not just gaming or I mean, I have clothes that I've been wearing for like the last 8 years, and they're like literally, and some of them are like literally falling off of my body because they're so worn out. I was like, hey, I bought you for the long term. This isn't a sort of a short term commitment. If you come into like my house, you're gonna be there for a while. So, like, in terms of games, how that applies to this is if it's something that I can see that, yes, I can see myself putting many hours into playing you, then yes, I will buy you and we'll have a great time. If I cannot see myself putting that sort of effort and dedication into, don't need you. You could be the most fun game in the world, but if I don't see myself actually getting like you, I mean, there are games that would be great fun for about 10 to 20 hours. And a lot of people say, oh, that's a pretty good playtime. But for me, I want to see like actual longevity. And I mean, hundreds of hours. I mean, Monster Hunter, I've played this game, if I total up all my characters together, I've played over like 2,500 hours in a Monster Hunter. And I've only played 2 games. That sort of longevity is not something that is common anymore. And I mean, there's people who, I don't like that. That's fine. That's their opinion. But I do. And I almost require it from my gaming perspective. So yes, just kind of throwing that out there. This is kind of a more laid-back episode. I mean, yesterday I know I was really into it. Well, maybe not yesterday, but definitely the day before that. With all the issues with Comcast. And I've talked with them some more and still haven't got any sort of definitive answer, so I just kind of gave up caring about it. We're actually going to look into getting a different provider, and maybe one who would be advertised speed inferior, but it would also be cheaper and probably more stable. We'd want to get some sort of guarantees on that before we just jump ship, but at this point, it's not going to take much to impress me, just because I have had so many problems with stupid Comcast. Oh, it's so... But of course, if I got rid of Comcast, then I wouldn't have anything to complain about on these episodes. So, you know, it's kind of a catch-22. Kind of catch-22. Whether I want to have content or I want to have good internet. I want to have good internet. Anyway, I know I haven't really talked about anything at all about... I mean, well, I talked about it. I mean, I played my Wii U, I played my 3DS, I played Pokemon X, I played Pokemon X. I beat the game, and I got a lot of the Pokemon. I'm still progressively collecting them all. I don't have them all. I know the people are like, oh, you have them all. How can you not have them all yet? I'm like, well, Monster Hunter, that's why. That's a great answer all the time. Answers everything. Monster Hunter answereth all. Yes, it does. Plus, I mean, most of my gaming is done through like the hard console, the one that's like installed in my room, the one that doesn't really move from any place. That's where most of my attention, my focus goes to, because, you know, better graphics and things like that. Of course, when Monster 4 Ultimate comes out, it will shift back to my 3DS because it will have the game that I want to play on it. So yes, that is an interesting little point there. Yeah. I guess that's really it. There's not really anything else that's really spectacular about... Like I said, I like my Wii U. I enjoy it. I play it. All of my friends have it. it's well, not all my friends, but the friends who I've made in the gaming community, so to speak, all of them are on the Wii U. And I'm hesitant to step outside of it. I mean, I will never buy an Xbox, ever. That's just like a personal thing. I don't really have a specific concrete reason as to why not, but no interest whatsoever. I've played a couple of them. Like, I don't get the fascination. If I was ever going to get another dedicated gaming device, it'd probably be right now it'd be a PS4. Beyond that, PC. I mean, it has Minecraft, and it'll eventually get all the games. Well, not all the games, but most. Well, it might actually get all the games because of Steam. But it'll eventually get most, if not all, of the games that will come out on console. You can get them for PC at like pennies on the dollar if you go through Steam. And it's just like, to me, that seems like a much more logical buy than, Xbox. Yeah. No, we're not doing it. And I understand it's basically the same operating system because it's Microsoft and all of their Windows products. But yeah, I'm not buying an Xbox ever. Anyway, maybe I made angry some Xbox fanboys or something. I don't care. Deal with it. But I thank you all for stopping by. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like right down below, it'd be very much appreciated. If not, a dislike rating, a nasty comment telling me to, I don't know, expand my horizons or something in terms of gameplay or gaming, or just try the short one. You might like it, and I probably would like it for a little bit, and then I'd be like, what now? Kind of like I am with Mario Kart 8. I'm like, okay, well, I kind of did it. I mean, I can play with my friends, and I intend to, but what now, really? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've unlocked all the kart parts, so it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Probably is, but oh well. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by. I hope you did enjoy. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.